night, everyone. It's Mary with Hogwild Designs, and tonight I'm here with the 31 Days of Halloween Crafts. Thank you to Teresa, who has put this together for us. And tonight I am going to create a little spooky item for you, and it kind of goes together with my little theme back here in the corner where we have the little ghost, the boo, the spooky rag garland, and then this apothecary sign back here. So we're gonna add, we're gonna add an item to this vignette. So first off is that I have this coffin here that I am going to paint, and I'm going to paint it all black inside and out. So I'm going to just move my camera down to my work table here so you can see what I'm doing. And before we do that, let me get my tablet going here so I can potentially see comments. Okay, I see myself. And Teresa's on. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to move my screen down. I am filming vertical today, so I'm not hopefully this works well. I wanted to try to save my video to repurpose it for something else. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm going to move the camera down so that we'll start our project. So like I said, I have this coffin here. Let me see here. So I have this coffin here, and we are just going to paint the inside and out all black. And one of my favorite paints to use, especially if I'm needing a lot of a particular paint, is purchasing Sherwin-Williams paint. Just something that I've done for quite a while, and I do like their paints. So, hope everyone is doing good tonight. I'm just checking my comments over here. It's being temperamental, but hopefully I can see other comments on my phone here. So, just painting this all black. It doesn't need to be perfect by any means. We're going to be embellishing it up and making it all spooky, creepy-ish. And it has the gold hardware on this little box. I am just going to paint right over it because we don't need any bling or anything. So we're just going to paint it all. So I hope everyone had a good day today. I am in Iowa, and it was a pleasant day today. No rain. It was pretty warm, and I had to do a little running around this morning with my grandson. He got injured in football, so Grandma took him to physical therapy this morning, and then we went off to school. So that was my morning. My morning consisted of running around. And then this afternoon I've been busy working on some projects. I have a live sale coming up, so I wanted to get some product done for that. If you're not a member of the virtual home decor marketplace, it is a craft show that you do not have to do any traveling. You don't have to pay a membership fee to enter the gates or anything. So We have a wide variety of products that we sell. There are quite a few different sellers, and they do a wonderful job. So we have been doing this since, was it right before COVID or shortly after COVID? So a couple years now, so it's going strong. Slapping some black paint on here. Comments over here on this screen for some crazy reason. Oh, there they are. So it started out nice in New York, and then by 2 it got yucky. Oh, that's too bad. We are here in Iowa. The farmers are in the middle of harvest. Most of them have all their beans out already. Now they're transitioning to their corn. So this is the time of year where it is a little more dangerous when you're out driving, not only watching out for the farmers and their equipment out on the roads. I live on a gravel road, and so I meet a lot of them there, but also there are a lot of deer out here, and so this is the time of year where they call it rut, and so it's the deer's mating season, so the bucks just go really berserko. So they don't care. They don't look both ways before they cross the road. They smell a little sweetheart nearby, they're going after her. So, double hazard there. My husband and I, we farmed the first years we were married, probably right at 20 years, a little more than 20 years, I guess. And then, we were on a family farm, so it got pretty tough. I mean, times were really hard when we first started farming, and so it was the time for us to make a different move. So we purchased an acreage not too far away from the farm, and so we have a different life now where we have to work the 9 to 5, which is nice compared to working 24/7 practically. We had dairy cows, so that meant that we were home a lot. We all sacrificed a lot just to do our operation. I am not going to paint the bottom tonight. I'm just going to paint this top here. I'll open this up a little bit. So as it dries, it can not seal shut on me. almost done. So I don't have a dryer. Well, I should bring up, I could have brought my hair dryer up, I guess, but we're just gonna let this dry. So I painted the inside and the outside. I will paint the bottom as well, but we're gonna set that aside. Close up my paint. And, you know, this project is really not gonna take all that long. Let me just wipe up my table here, just make sure I don't have any paint on my work table. I want to keep my spooky t-shirt nice yet. I usually wear an apron when I'm painting, so. All right, scoop this aside. Actually, I'm going to put it up here. There we go. So I already have one of these coffins already painted and dried, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, next item, next thing that we're going to do is that I put RIP on this coffin that's already been dried, and all I did is I just freehanded it. I took a white painter's pen marker here, and I just put RIP on there. What I do want to do is kind of grunge it up a little bit here. So I am going to take some white paint, and I'm kind of going to dry brush over that. If then it comes out of here, I wasn't thinking, I forgot I was going to do this. So we'll try it this way. Come on. Apparently we have a dry bottle. So let me get my other paint. Oh, there's maybe a little bit. We just need a little bit. Well, that doesn't look like that's going to work either. So let me get my paint bottle, or my paint container here. Is some white paint. Oh dear. There we go. Sometimes I have to give it a whack. I have to turn it over and whack it on the table. But we saved everybody's ears by not having to do that tonight. Okay, now we want kind of a scruffy brush. And so this is kind of a really hard scruffy brush. I must have used it for something, and so it's really pretty like the bristles are all glued together or something. But I'm just going to use that, and I'm just going to dip the end of my paintbrush into my paint, and I'm going to dry brush this. So I've tried to remove some of the paint, but I know I have too much paint on there yet, so I'm just going to wipe some of it off onto my paper towel. And so now I'm just going to go over my box on the, we'll start at the edges and just kind of dry brush this a bit to kind of give it some age. Do the sides. I you see, I haven't gone back to my paint, but I'm thinking I need to add a little more paint. You get your fingers in there just to brush it. If you get a spot that you don't really care for, you could also take a wet wipe or a baby wipe if there's a spot that you don't particularly care about. Like here, I don't really like how that looks, and so I'm just going to wipe it off a little. Like that. And so we'll go to the side here for the end. Checking my work here, see if there's anything that I don't care for, or it needs a little bit more. Alright, so now we're going to open it up and we're going to add some on the inside here, mostly on the lid itself, because when we display this, we are going to display it open. So it's going to look a little dirty and dusty and moldy and lucky. To the bottom. Not really wild about what that looks like right there, so I'm gonna take my wet wipe and kind of rub some of that out of there. Okay, so this is what we got so far here, where we have it on the front and on our sides, and we'll just, while we're here, we'll just add a little to the back. When I'm making vignettes and things, I like to have my items finished on the back if it's like a small sign or something, because many times you see it from multi-directions, so if it's just painted, I don't like to leave the raw wood. Okay, so I think that looks really good. Put my lid on my paint here quick, because I don't want to give it a bump. Alright, now we are going to, I have this little guy, and he is going to sit inside here, but I think what I wanted, well, I think I'm going to put him in here now. So it just takes a little, he just barely fits. We don't have to take any body parts off of him or trim him up. So he nestles right in there, just barely fits inside there. So now what I want to do is that we are going to add some moss and some bats. Thought I had some spiders, but I've misplaced my spiders. But so I have this floral moss, and it looks, and I think I had gotten it at Dollar Tree, so it's just some floral moss, and we're going to take bits and pieces and stick it inside the coffin, on the lid, on the edges. So we will get started with that. Stick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little down here by his feet. Up there by his head. Then we'll put some on the lid. Well, actually, we'll put a little between his legs here. Like that. And we'll add some to the lid. I always want to make sure I can still close it, so when I store it, I can still close everything. We'll stick some down here on the bottom edge as well. What we have, and now we are going to put some on the outside here. Put some right here. this stuff is really messy to work with. All right. So that's what we have now. When I've made these before, I didn't add this piece. Tonight, I think we're going to add some cheesecloth inside here to kind of mimic like his clothes maybe deteriorated or something. So I just have this small piece of cheesecloth that I've coffee stained in the past, and we'll just play around here and see how we might place that in here. I wonder if we can take him out a minute. Uh-oh. I got him stuck. He's stuck in there. I hot glued his feet. My thought was, oh, maybe I can do it this way. I can drape this around his body. Kind of cool. So I just draped it around his body there a little, and I think what we'll do down here on the bottom is cut a smaller section maybe. No, I think we're just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a small little bit down at his feet by the moss. Kind of like down in there, just to show that maybe his pants have disintegrated. That. So I think that looks pretty creepy itself right now, but let's see, I do have some of this moss out of my way. I do have some bats in here. Oh, black cat. Oh, black cat too. A couple different styles of bats that we can put on here. These I've made with foam clay and silicone molds. Those will work. Okay, so I have 5 different bats here. So we have, like if we're displaying it as it's being open, we have a bat here that is kind of, whoopsie, kind of perched. I wonder, we need something to make him stand out a little bit. So I'm going to maybe try to dry brush a little white paint on him on the high spots. Maybe that will help to make him stand out just a little bit. Okay, my white paint here again. And again, we're just going to do a dry brush effect on him, just to kind of hit some of the highlights on him. So there you can kind of see him just a little bit better. The camera makes it look like it's really, really bright, but it really is pretty faint. So I think we can stick this guy. And if we're going to display it open, we can stick him like right here. Maybe, maybe right there, kind of Kitty Wonka's on that moss. I'm just gonna wait with him. I have this other bat where it looks like his wings are all kind of folded up. And so we're gonna dry brush him just a little bit too. And we're gonna stick him upside down, like he's hanging off the rafters or whatever. Up here in this corner. I think that'll be kind of cute. So, just put some hot glue on him. Like that. So there he is, up in the corner there. And let's see, I have this guy yet. Maybe we stick him right here on this piece of moss so he really stands out instead of, you know, against the black. I think that'll be best. We stick him right here. I think I'm going to put a little moss down here on the bottom yet. Just because. That finishes it off a lot better. We could add some to the outer edges as well, but I think that is really quite enough. We have our bat hanging in the inside there. We have our skeleton with some clothes that are just deteriorating on him with some moss inside there. And then we have our moss on the outside. That's his coffin is kind of deteriorating and such. So I think we are going to call this project done. But what I thought, if you were interested in where I got my coffin and my skeleton, I will put a picture on my page referencing where I've purchased the skeleton and the coffin. So if you wanted to make one of these yourself, you may. Or if you, I'm also going to list this item on my website, which is hogwilddesigns.com, and just go and search for coffin and it'll be listed there as well. But yeah, that's what I have tonight. Move the camera up here a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this quick, easy tutorial. I know we weren't on all that long. I'm not even sure what time it is here. Oh, 30 minutes, so we spent a good time together. But before I close tonight, I do want to tell you about another fun thing that I am working on with 11 other amazing creatives. We have joined forces and are putting together a ornament course that will contain 12 different ornaments for your tree, and they range from hand painting to excuse me, fabric designs. I've created this angel here, and you'll have a full tutorial and supply list of how you can make one of these yourself. And if you're interested, there is a link that will take you to register for that course. We are now still in our early bird registration, and that will end at midnight on Saturday. Then the price will increase. The course will open on November 1st, and you will have full access to the 12 courses at that time. So if you're interested in that, we would love to have you participate. And again, there is a link on the post here and it is creativecoursecollab.com/ornament if you are interested in purchasing that course. And I hope, let's show you my display here quick. I'm gonna remove my hot glue gun so I don't get burnt, and just kind of show you what it's going to look like with the other pieces that I created here. Well, actually, let me just move this back here. Get this guy out of there. Him over here. We'll move the camera down. See if we can move you closer here. Oops. Out of the way, Mary. There you go. So right here is our coffin that we've created tonight. I have a little boo sign. We have our little sign, apothecary sign. And then a rag garland that I created that is all things spooky. So that's what we have tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'll have a post on my page with the supplies of where you can purchase the coffin and the skeleton. And if you want to purchase the complete set, I will have a few of those available as well. So appreciate your time tonight and have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you again soon. Thank you.